It's your boy, the one, Joey V.
This is Boss Dog Cigars.
This is Quentin Moore chilling in the cigar lounge. Have a drink with your boys and tune in. Yeah.
Everybody, welcome again. I'm spoiling you guys. Cigar Lounge and Podcast. Normally I do this on closed circuit, but I'm tired. I didn't feel like setting anything up. So today we're here with a special guest of mine. Everybody on here should know him. If you don't know him, then I don't know what the hell you've been under a rock. We're here with my man Scott Diggs from the Compass Rose. We had a great time out in Virginia. If y'all didn't see the video, if y'all didn't see us hanging out, we had a great time. You know, great cigar. So we're gonna get into. First of all, we're gonna ask. First of all, Scott, what are you smoking?
I am smoking the Compass Rose.
There you go. There you go. Now,
What's up,
I know you told this story.
Jokes, what's up? Hey,
I know you told this story dozens of times. How did you first get into cigars?
How did I first get into cigars? I got into cigars by watching my grandfather years ago. He would smoke cigars. He was a sailor also in that.
Okay.
And I just loved between the cigars, him smoking a pipe. So I got into it that way. Okay. And then it just grew on from there. Did it when I was in the military, traveled around the world, smoked Cuban cigars from in Cuba, a lot of excellent cigars. And I kind of faded out of the scene for a while of smoking cigars because, hey, life happens. Mm-hmm. Other things started coming into play. And then this last summer, I got freaking hit on the back of the head, knocked some sense into me, and that was because I was smoking some cigars. So I'm sitting out in the back watching the golfers. I'm like, you know what? I love cigars. I'm not doing anything. Why not? Let's run it. Let's do cigars. Let's take a shot at it. And then I got... what's that?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, then I got introduced to Ishmael Olivan of Banff and ROCF, and he said, "Hey, yeah." He brought me in and said, "I'll make your cigars for you," and which I'm very grateful to him for that. Mm-hmm. And that's how I got into cigars.
Okay, that's a great story. Now let's tell everybody the meaning behind the Compass Rose.
The meaning behind the Compass Rose is very personal for me, but it's also a good journey. I was a Navy sailor. I traveled around the world. You know, I had my son and all that. And every time I left home and all that, we would have to leave for 6 months to a year. It all depended. And whenever I would go out to sea, my son would cry and all that. And I'd always tell him, hey, all you have to do is look up at a star and I'll be looking at the same star with you, no matter where I'm at. So that story stuck with me for many times. So when I did the Compass Rose, I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm going to put it as, is the Compass Rose. My wife now, she's very ill, but she's my rock. And on every map, there's a north, south, east, west, which is called the Compass Rose. Now, I am the compass, and my wife is my rock, which she is my rose. And that's where I came up with the rose, the first cigar for her.
Okay. It's a beautiful story. Beautiful story. You got a lot of merch on there now. I'm interested to find out, how did you get up? Because you got the MLB baseball bat mugs. Now, how did you get into that? Like, who did you talk to get permission to sell those and the licensing?
Well, that was an interesting story. Again, you think, okay, I'm small potatoes. Yeah, I do have a few people I know how to talk to and all that. Well, I'm affiliated with Folds of Honor, and I was on a Zoom with her and all that, and She put me up. She goes, hey, you know what? You have a great story for 100, what are behind you 100% because you're a veteran and love your story and we know your history. So she introduced me to the CEO of Dugout Mugs because I love baseball. I absolutely love it. Now, the founder of Dugout Mugs, he played for the Toronto Blue Jays. They came up with it. And they just said, hey, instead of throwing away, bats and all that, let's make mugs, beer mugs. We love beer and love baseball. I'm like, hey, can I do that too, man? Cigars, baseball, see the irony in that? It's a great passion.
Back to Babe Ruth.
Well, yeah. I'm telling you, that's America's pastime. What better story to have is something like that to bring it all together. And I got on a Zoom with him, with Chris. He's the CEO of Dugout Mugs. We talked for quite a long time, actually. He stood behind me. He's like, you know what? Whatever you need, you got it. So partnered up. And for anybody who does not know, Dugout Mugs, they make over $1 million a month.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, they're huge. They are in every major baseball stadium throughout the U.S. So he said, it's absolutely, we will put your logo on ours, and there we go.
Okay. Now, what other things is present on your site? What other things are you selling? Other merchandise? You got cigars, you got the mugs. What other things you got on there for the people who don't know?
Tumblers they're somewhere out there. They're on their way. They're for pre-order right now. Got plaques, which is very sacred to me. It's for veterans, and actually it's for anything. I have a local shop who he does all my laser etching and all that, which I have coasters. He's made coasters for me. He's done my glass blocks, which is behind me. That's on the site too. They're my wife decorates them, but he laser etches them. But there's a lot of meaning to it. There's also custom work that can be done.
Okay.
I don't have shirts up on the site, but I do have shirts.
Okay. I see. Yeah, I saw Rican and them got a shirt. I was like, okay, Scott doing it big. Scott doing everything, boy. I'm proud of you, man. I love watching your journey, man. I really do, man. It's very, very enjoyable. It's very inspirational, man. I really do.
I think it is, and also I have Armed Forces Brewing Company on tap too as well. I'm a shareholder of Armed Forces Brewing Company, which you got to share that event with me too, and that's phenomenal because they're going to the Army Navy game this weekend. Which I was on a meeting with them earlier tonight. They're like, hey, you're going to come to the game and all that? Well, we'll give it to you. I can't. I just can't. I can't go down there to Annapolis for the game. But that was an awesome gesture. It really was. And they make a beer for each branch of the military. They have special forces, the Navy SEALs, Green Berets on there. The main person is Robert J. O'Neill. He's a good person. He was the person on SEAL Team 6 who shot and killed Osama bin Laden. And Darren McFadden, he is also was a SEAL Team 6, was his teammate. So there's a lot of people all involved. Which Tim Montana, which you got to meet Tim Montana. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just it's a heck of a ride. Let's put it that way, and it's growing.
It is, and like I said, it's very enjoyable, man. One of the nicest people on the internet. I'm not gonna lie. One of the most even-keeled people on the internet. I'm not gonna lie. Just even, man. You even across the board, which is very it's great. Sometimes I might go off the handle a little bit. I'm like, hold on, let me calm down, But the way you handle everything is very it's very professional and very admirable too. So, like, let me ask you a question. How do you now? You're a brand owner now,
Yes, sir.
so it's certain things you gotta be, you gotta watch out for and stay out of.
True.
How do you stay out of the BS on a daily basis? You know what I'm saying? Like the even here on IG, it happens on IG, it happens on any form of social media. Like, how do you navigate being on here? Because nobody has ever said they don't like Scott. You can jump on anybody live and, oh shit, Scott, come on in. So how do you navigate between these different personalities and be able to where everybody's like, I like Scott?
Well, it's actually really simple. I mean, you just go in there, you be yourself, you be genuine. And when you're talking about something you're very passionate about, but when stuff starts going the wrong way, try to downplay it. Or if you notice, I get very quiet because now I just pay attention and I just listen. I try to stay out of the conversation, or I will excuse myself professionally.
Yeah.
If you don't got nothing nice to say, then you need to just step away from that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's sound advice. That's sound advice out there for everybody. I'm going to take that advice one day.
One day.
One day.
And if you're uptight or something like that, then you shouldn't be on live.
No, but you know what though? I have held back on a lot of people, so I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good out here. And you're doing great out here, man. I enjoy you being on the lives with us, man. I enjoy Ish being on the lives with us. You two. When are you going to meet up with Ish? Because y'all have to meet, man.
Oh, that's coming. That is coming. Again, just one thing at a time. Basically, I got to get through the holidays. Once the holidays are up and it's a new year, then the dynamics change.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But when normally on the holidays, forget about it. My family is utmost. They're right there. They're first, and I have grandchildren and all that. So,
of course. Yeah, grandfather Scott out there. Of course. Ish, what up, Ish?
Hey, Ish, and like I said, he is he is not just a partner to work with or a blender and all that. He's a really good friend. Mm-hmm. One who will actually stand by what he says and be there for you.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this: when it comes to cigars, how much did Ish teach you?
Oh, he's still teaching me. It's kind of like I look up to him to learn. Kind of like I'm a prodigy, his little freaking predecessor, so to speak. I know he don't think like that, but that's my mentality. Like, hey, I'm the apprentice. You're the journeyman. I want to be where you're at. Mm-hmm. I may not be exactly 100% where you're at, but at least I can get to a level to where I can tread on my own, if that makes sense.
No, I get you. I definitely get you. I think Ish could definitely help you get to that level. Now, when it comes to cigars, you have there's been some famous people out there asking about your cigars, man. You want to let the people out here watching, let them know who all has enjoyed one of your cigars?
Well, Tim Montana, first of all. Actually, there's been quite a few that has smoked it. I have the CEO of Armed Forces Brewing Company, Chris from Dugout Mugs. There's been a lot. Tim Montana, Robert J. O'Neill from SEAL Team 6, Darren McFadden from SEAL Team 6, Dave Bray, USA. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And Ish is famous.
Yeah. And you get some requests for them boxes too, man. I know you're moving them. You're moving them, man. Now,
like I said, I'm excited. Maybe it's, you know what? Everything comes in all good time. It may not seem like a lot's going out now, but eventually it will get there.
Oh yeah. You can't rush the process. Definitely can't rush the process.
You're absolutely right. This is one of those things where take your time.
Mm-hmm. And that has been the thing of anybody who's in the cigar industry that I've talked to. They've all said the same thing. They said the growth comes, but it comes slow, and you have to be patient for it, patient and ready for it. And I definitely think you had the patience, and I definitely think you're ready for it. I definitely think you're gonna do great things, man. I definitely do.
Yeah, man.
I definitely do. And you got great products, like great freaking products. I'm trying to see. I ain't even curse right there. See, I said freaking. See, y'all see. That's growth.
No, you do a fantastic job, LH. You honestly do. I give you kudos and all that. And not just because you're a shipmate, a fellow sailor or not, but you're a good person. I had a great time. Even at the event down in Virginia, when we sat down, and maybe you can elaborate and tell how that went down, because that's an awkward story that normally really. How many people do you know that can actually, or you hear about that actually have that experience that we got?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean that's the one thing I will say about IG, man. That just IG, just the ability to talk to people and then just meet people. Like if you here, right? If you come here, you can say, "Hey, LH, man, I'm here. I'm in DC. I'm in Virginia, wherever. What cigar lounge should I go to, man?" I'm like, I'm gonna be there. Give me a second. I'll be down there. I'll take you to the lounge. I'll tell you exactly where to go. So I think if I'm up there in Indiana, anywhere, in Fort Wayne or something, if I'm in Indianapolis, or if I'm in Ohio, or if I'm in these people, if I'm in Florida with Ish, like people who I talk to on here, I think that we have created this bond, and that's what I don't think they really pay. I think people who are not in the cigar culture don't understand the bond that you create over a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people understand. I don't think they get it. That's why I think we're vilified so much. But it creates bonds.
It absolutely does. It's a camaraderie like no other. It's kind of like the way I look at it, and from my own personal opinion, it's like the military. You grow that bond. You could be with each other for 4 years on an enlistment and all that. But when you're with them all the time, you, of course, are going to create a bond, just like in your everyday job. You're more with your coworkers than you are with your own family because you're working so much. So you create a bond. But it's your choice on what type of bond you want.
Of course. And yeah, that's like I said. I feel as though like we talk so much on here when we meet. You know, it's like just pick up the conversation. Like that's what you don't have that awkward fill out part. Like when you meet, hey, how you doing? Hey, what you like, baby? All that's done because we talk so much. You don't have that awkward moment where you just like trying to fill each other out. So I do think this is one of the best lounges in the world right here. The IG Cigar Lounge. But speaking of lounges, let me ask you your favorite cigar lounge.
My favorite cigar lounge?
Favorite cigar lounge.
The Old Virginia Tobacco Company down in Virginia.
That is a great one.
That one was phenomenal. I had a blast down there. Very hospitable, respectful, nice place. Heck of a variety of cigars. I mean, all around, it was awesome.
You got your pipe there too.
No, I didn't get the pipe. The pipe got me. It found me.
Okay. The pipe found you there too.
Yes, it did. It just had to freaking jump right out at me. It has this N for Nordling and all that, but it's the fancy N of North, which that's another part of my venture of growing into a podcast, the Compass Road True North podcast, which LH will be a part of and everything like that. And what?
No, I'm just no.
Oh, yeah, I get messed up on my cues or my what I'm trying to say. I just got a lot of ventures, and it's like playing chess. You got to be 2-3 moves ahead of the game and all that. You got to certain place things, but that's why I'm building a foundation before I go anywhere else. And
a great foundation at that, man. Great foundation. Like I said, you got us behind you, man. We backing you 100%, man. And it's great to be able to, like I said, it's always interesting when you get a person that produces a cigar and you can talk to that person about the cigar.
Yes.
Like I'm having a Compass Rose and I can talk to you about Compass Rose. I'm having a BAMP, I could talk to Ish about it. You know, if I'm having a Big Country, I could talk to Big Country. Sassy Soul, I could talk to Kimberly. Like I love that ability to be able to do that, and I think that's what the boutique brand has that a lot of the major brands don't have: the accessibility.
Well, and that you hit the nail on the head. I don't, that's not who I am. And even no matter how big or whatever the case may be, whatever the future holds, I'm always going to be available to talk to people. I'm a human being. I put on my pants just like anybody else. Just sit down and have a conversation. Mm-hmm. That's who I'm. Is about being in my family and extending it. I'm extending the olive branch to everybody else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever anybody's at around the world, if you smoke one of my cigars or wear a shirt or have a plaque or whatever you get from the Compass Rose, put in your latitude and longitude, and that's where you're enjoying it from.
Mm-hmm. That's a great mentality to have. So let me ask you this: what are your thoughts on the boutique versus the big brand? Meaning, as now a boutique cigar producer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the boutique brands have a chance of overshooting some of these majors? I ain't saying like Fuente is gonna be Fuente, but Padron's gonna be Padron. You know what I'm saying? But you got some that's just at the cusp that you might overtake. Do you think that these boutique brands are gonna rise and become majors? And if let's say you become a major, are you gonna be the one that goes back and support the boutique brand?
Always. That will never change.
Okay.
I'm going to help out the ones just like I got awarded the opportunity, granted it that like Ish, he granted me the opportunity. So you know what? I pay it forward. I help the next person down the road. That's what it's supposed to be about, is bringing everybody together and bring them on board. Mm-hmm. And show them what it's about. Because once, hey, I'm getting up there in age, and Ish and everybody else, once we're all said and gone, we got to have people who are going to be taking over on that and bringing it up and keeping it respectful and all quality.
Mm-hmm.
And that speaks monuments.
Mm-hmm. Now, with your name and how your mentality, I know that you're not just going to put your name on anything, right? So how proud are you to be able to have a cigar, a good cigar, that everybody smoked and said was good? How proud are you to be able to attach your name to a cigar and just be like, damn, I did that? Like, have you ever sat back and be like, damn, that's my cigar. I'm smoking my cigar.
Yes, I had that when I very first. It was different when I had the unbanded ones, when I took them out and handed them out to everybody at the event, and then when they started buying boxes. But yes, it was exciting. But the minute that I got the bands and all that, then it came tenfold right there. It came all ahead. It's like, wow, I just sat there and looked at the band. It's like, this is really my cigar. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. So I got very excited about it and proud of it.
Okay, yeah, I could imagine. You know what? I can't imagine. I really that's got to be like a great feeling. Like when you're a cigar smoker and you like, oh man, yeah, I got a cigar out. Now let me ask you this though: there's a lot of cigar companies are popping up right now. There's like a lot of people are coming up with cigars right now. What separates, besides your story, what separates you from them?
We're all unique. Mm-hmm. What separates me from everybody else is the passion and what I put into it. Mm-hmm. And what I'm going to be carrying on as the time goes by.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be going out. See, I can't give it all up. I can't tell the tools of the trades here.
We ain't gonna give it. You ain't gotta give it all up. You ain't gotta give it all up. We know. I just want you to be able to tell the people, that hey, this is what makes me different from the other. Because people who haven't tried it yet. So this is gonna go. Right now we're doing it on here, but this is gonna eventually go on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the people who see it in here, they see it here, but it's gonna get more eyes once it go onto YouTube. So I want to make sure that the people on YouTube understands, like, this is what separates me from them. And it's all competition. It's friendly competition, but it's all competition.
But you know what? I don't look at it as a competition.
Okay.
I really don't, because when you're doing a competition, there's a lot of room for error, if that makes sense.
Okay.
When you're doing getting competitive, people, then you start cheating, cutting corners and all that. Oh man, I got to outdo this one or outdo that. But then you fail the whole aspect of it of the quality part. But what separates me is it's going to be 100%. I'm not going to put my name on nothing that isn't 100%, not even 100, but 110%. And when it happens, when I get that stuff, I'm going to actually go hit the street. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be in military installations. I'm going to go overseas also to the military. I'm going to shake people's hands. I'm going to do all that instead of being in the background or being high up in an office.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be out there.
I like that. I really like that. So as for sale reps and ambassadors, I know you got some ambassadors that we know. You name a few ambassadors that you have that we might know.
Well, there's two main ones right now, which is Jokester and also Gil.
Shut up now. And Gil a pit bull, man. Gil is a pit bull. He stuff happens.
I would say Cody, but Cody's no, I won't say it online, but I love you, Cody.
Cody got 50 different damn cigars.
You have too many on your plate.
Yeah. 7 different cigar company.
That's all right. I'm just here to help.
But you're a good friend, though. But you're a good friend, and I respect that, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You also got a great
responder.
You also got a great videographer, man. Ramon is dope.
Yeah, he is. He's good.
The video that Ramon produced, I'll be like, man, this is okay. Okay, what the hell? What type of video can I make now? Ramon is good.
Ramon, he's another one. That I forgot. I apologize. But yeah, he is. But he's been working really hard right now. That's why I really haven't gotten into it with him, because I totally understand that. And plus, it's the holidays, so.
Yeah. Right now, it's the busiest time for me. I just got back just before I hit you back on here, so it's very busy. But yeah. And let me ask you that though. Let me ask you that as well. Yeah, it's the holiday season. But if you're gonna take if you're gonna take a day off, man, I know you're gonna take Christmas off. You gonna take any other days off, man? Because you constantly working. Even if people don't see it, when you on these lives, you're working. You're promoting the brand.
My wife goes, man, where are you at? Oh, you're out working. You're doing things. I go to the VFW hall. I go around a lot of different places and talk to them. And then I get on Zooms that people don't realize that I'm talking to different companies. Like, I'm also excited because, like, okay, I can't put that one out. I'm eventually going to open a brick and mortar.
That'd be dope.
And when I do that, I'm already talking to Black Rifle. I have been from the very start, Black Rifle Company.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they can't do it when you're just, you don't have a brick and mortar. So as soon as I open a brick and mortar, their coffee will be in my brick and mortar.
Okay. I do. I've seen a lot of people with that coffee too. I've seen a lot of people with it.
I have over 50 freaking bags in my house of coffee from them.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I'll be sitting, but I'm just not. I could drink a stout beer. I'm just not a coffee. I don't know. I just can't. I just don't. My girl drinks coffee. I'm just not a coffee drinker.
But I have, but being a brand ambassador, it's being, first of all, having the passion and having the same heart as that you have, the same drive, because everybody brings something to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're the owner or you're a brand ambassador or a regular person like ULH, you bring something to the table. Cody brings something to the table. Everybody brings something unique to the table. It's kind of like the way I look at it. I learned it. It's a weird, messed up story, but it's like a diamond in the rough. You got to chip away at the imperfections to make that perfect diamond.
Mm.
You've got to groom it.
Yeah.
And that's the way I'm going about this.
Yeah. Yeah. I see you, man. I see you. You all, like I said, you always out there working, man. You always out there working. Now, let me ask you this. Since you became the owner of the Compass Rose, have you just, is it a 24-hour job now? You always like, oh man, I got to get up and see, I got to promote this. I got to do this. I got to do that. Like, or are you taking time for yourself every once in a while? Like, hold on, I'm finna take me time.
No, I haven't. It's been pretty much every single day.
Take you some me time.
Oh, that's what the holidays. That's what this month is for.
Okay.
I have my every other days, the Christmas, but New Year's is me and my wife's anniversary. So that's us.
There we go. I don't know what happened there. What was you saying? It paused me for a second.
Oh, I said, your New Year or your Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, those are regular holidays, but also, hey, Kimbro, also New Year's Eve, which is me and my wife's anniversary. So that's definitely hands down our time.
Yeah.
I will not be on a live.
Yeah, I don't expect you to. I don't expect you to. That's that, man. New Year's Eve. Now, see, that's an easy anniversary to remember. And finally, my co-host.
How are you doing, Mr. Kimbro?
I'm all right. I'm tired after a long day's work. Totally forgot I was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I'm with
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Dude.
How you guys doing today?
All right, not bad. I'm about to have a Compass Rose in a minute.
Is my co-host slash editor slash fucking logo maker slash voice of reason down there. And Kimbro just so happened to win the Compass Roses. I'm sending it to you tomorrow. I'm not working tomorrow. I'm sending it to you. I'm sending everything out tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You won it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
you got the grand prize. He won, Faye won, Hobo won, and MJ won.
So what was the whole grand prize?
The grand prize, he gets a little bit more. So the grand prize, he gets the freestyle pack. He gets the ashtray coming from Gil. He gets the same cigar. Well, he gets a few from Ish. Then I'm gonna send him some out. He gets well, he already got a traveling humidor. How many fucking more do you need? But he gets one of the personalized cutters. He get a little bit of swag with it. But and everybody else, I'm actually gonna run tomorrow too. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go and drop the toys off tomorrow as well. So thank you to everybody who did donate. If you still want to donate, I'm taking donations up to the 15th. So if you still want to donate, the flyer is still good. The address is still good. Send it. You got up to the 15th.
Fantastic. And I just want to say thank you for Kimbro and you, ULH for your service. Also.
Thank you.
Thank you as well, man. Thank you as well.
I think I just did a badass and I forgot my lighter.
Oh, Lord have mercy. And you too, Cody. Thank you for your service on the front lines at home.
Thanks, brother. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Give you some matches. But yeah. So let me ask you this. All right. God, we're gonna take your cigar and we're gonna take Ish's cigar out of it. Your favorite cigar.
My favorite cigar. I would have to say the Don Carlos by Fuente.
Yeah, I still haven't had that. I gotta send it. Send everything on the side. Okay. Oh no. Ish, we get that, man. Everybody know you good for Ish. You Ish, man. You
What?
Ish. You Ish.
Ishmael.
Besides, Hobo ain't gonna be home till tomorrow anyway. So he wasn't gonna be that attention anyway. So I gotta send some stuff out to Hobo, MJU, Faye. Send out the rest of the swag. I got a dope ass Women Smoke 2 shirt for Faye. So, but yeah, thank you everybody that donated. Thank you, Scott, for being a sponsor.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I really appreciate that. Really appreciate the fact we could do something for the kids. That was great. Ken, bro, what is you smoking?
This joint I just seen is Black Friday.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. They got a couple of them at the lounge. I ain't tried them yet.
It
So
was
Ken, bro, you got
$10, so
some
I was
questions?
like, why not?
Ken, bro, you got some questions, man?
I got some questions. What I missed?
We talked about the history, how we got into dugout cups. We talked about me and him hanging out. We talked about his favorite lounge, his favorite cigar.
Okay, what made you? So what was the inspiration in making your own cigar? What?
Well, go ahead.
Did we ask that?
Yeah, we had that. Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, we had that. But yeah, so like I said, it's always a pleasure.
What about what's your feeling finding this? What's the feeling that you have knowing that you finally released a cigar and it's just about what you realized?
It's exciting. It's a never-ending journey. It's like, okay, now that I got this one, it's like, okay, I already got things in the works for the next one and for keep going.
Okay.
It doesn't stop here.
Yeah, a sense of accomplishment is always a great driving force.
Oh, it is. But again, I always favored of like being the underdog. I always like being the underdog in anything that I do. The only reason why that is because it just drives me that much more.
Okay.
It makes me work for something harder.
Now, for your lineup, do you have a lineup already in mind? And because I know you probably have stories behind it. But do you have you got the rolls out, right? And you're gonna do another one. But do you like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a line, and I already have the names and the stories. I'm just gonna wait and drop them.
Yep. I got all of them.
Okay.
Was it something
very important? Because I remember I was talking to Mark, and Mark was like, he had to teach himself how to pace himself because once one of his select draws got hot, he wanted to just go ahead and release another one, and it took somebody telling him, like, hey, you gotta relax until it started cooling down before you drop another one. Now, did you already know that, or did somebody have to tell you that?
Like me, I had Hit that helped me out on that one.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying he's like a mentor right there. He's walking me through this as it's going. And that's what's great about it. Because I never done it before, not on this side, and it's a learning experience. If you just stop and listen and absorb the information.
Oh yeah, you always give me out information. Yeah, because I could just imagine, like I said, you produce your cigar and people are like, oh man, it's a great cigar. You just start getting excited, like, oh man, let's do the next one. Like I could imagine like that feeling of you having to kind of like, hold on.
Oh, I get like that. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely get like that. It's like a kid in a freaking candy store or around Christmas. Love opening presents. Like, come on, I want it now. I know they're there. But again, my wife, I have Ish. They'll sit there and go, all right, I'm going to reel you back in. You're getting out there too much. Okay, got to keep the gear going on right. It's like, oh, man, come on.
All right, so we finna go ahead.
I have them all written down right here. My whole lineup, everything. I write daily on it.
All right. Okay. We ain't gonna get into your lineup. We're gonna have you back on when you get. Matter of fact, I want you before you drop the next one to come on the show.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Definitely. Because we ain't gonna get into the line because we know you got. We know you got some. We know you got something for us. So let me ask you a question because the reason why I haven't pinned it down here is because most of the people in here know about it and it won't be seen on YouTube when we edit it. So we're gonna put so if you see how we do it now, we put the logo down there and I'm gonna put the information, the website and everything in the description.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the reason why it's not pinned down there because we're gonna put it onto the YouTube because all this is going on the YouTube.
Did y'all cover like most of all the stuff that he do offer outside of just the cigar? On this website?
So what you say?
Did you cover like everything that he offer on his website outside of the cigar?
Yeah. Okay. We got all that.
That's good.
I'm kind of a professional now. I'm kind of professional.
When you want to be.
No, it's just a slow process. I don't want to overburden it because I got to focus on the cigar part of it because that's what that's important right there, and that's what a lot of people were anticipating was I got to wait to get that cigar, really try it out. It's like, hey, this is either good or bad, and then they'll start going from there.
When you came up with your lineup that you got this, in the weights, did it all come to you at one time? Was it one stick at a time, day by day, or was it just like one floodgate open, or was it like I'm gonna go with this first and then we're gonna,
The Compass Rose was the very first one. They started coming after that. Again, as I always think, it's like, again, playing chess, being 2-3 steps, got to play it right. Like, okay, this is what I want. Doesn't mean it's going to happen that way, but there is one that will be 100% the way I want it, but that's for another time.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get too excited. You ain't gonna give out your secrets on here.
No, because there's a lot of things that are in the works. Opening it up for, like, say, for instance, the podcast. Got to work on that to be able to just talk with people other than just cigars. Talk about pipes, whatever. Not just, hey, let me talk about the cigar. Now let me spend 45 minutes to an hour on it. Because that's not going to happen. I'm going to be truthful with you. That's not going to happen. Now, if you get somebody like Ish or something like that, who is in the manufacturing from start to finish and all that, now that could be like a 4 or 5 hour story and keep on going.
Okay.
That's why we got a nice editor.
I got to meet this guy.
I think you know him. So Scott, tell the people where they can reach you at.
They can reach me on thecompassrose.me. You can call my cell phone, which that's my work phone. You can DM me.
At the Compass Rose on IG.
Yep.
Man's everywhere, y'all. He's everywhere. Y'all ain't never there.
So I'm on LinkedIn. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter.
Okay.
That's kind of everywhere. You just said that.
Okay. I didn't know about LinkedIn. So maybe we need to get on LinkedIn. Why ain't we on LinkedIn? We should probably
because you're professional enough.
That's a very professional on LinkedIn and all that. I'm also, a union electrician, so I have a lot of people on that.
I got my professional stuff on LinkedIn. I don't have anything related to this on LinkedIn. But Yeah, Scott, it has been a pleasure, man. I enjoy talking to you. I always enjoy talking to you. Anybody that follow us on IG, they know you always pop up in the room. They already know that. So it's been a pleasure as usual. Anybody got anything to get off besides Cody? Because we ain't trying to sit here all night.
Man,
Okay, I got.
I'm just really proud of Scott what he's doing. It's a big thing, you know, and just got to keep his head up and do what he's doing right now, and keep it and do it nice and slow. And he's just doing what he's doing is just amazing. And it's not just him; it's also his wife and his family, and it's a big deal. And I give a lot to Scott. I do, and that's all I have.
All right, Kim, bro, anything to add?
Yeah. I don't know if you asked, because when you making a cigar, you're thinking about like how you want it to taste, and you got so like a cook, you know, some people cook to the way they like to eat stuff, and there's people that cook, you know, to other people's taste buds. When you made the Compass Rose, was you thinking about like how you like to smoke it, or more of like how everybody else would take it in?
You know what? That's a very good question. Again, it goes with the story of the Compass Rose, which the rose, my first stick, is of my wife. It's basically like my love story for her. She's my rock. Okay.
It's a Titanic story, basically.
Well, there's more to that. I mean,
absolutely.
And it was an interesting journey because a lot of times if you go up and you order something, you have to do a whole bunch of rundown. You have to taste them and all that. Oh, yeah, if this is it, no, tweak that. Now, with Ish, I told him exactly what I was going for, what I wanted, okay? And what my taste, it's like medium, because I was basically what my wife is. She's sound. She doesn't, you know, there's no transitions. She's right there. She stays who she is. She does not deviate. And on the first go around, he nailed it on the head. That means monuments for me. I didn't have to take him or anything or test him and nothing at all. Got it. It was perfect. It was dead on, exactly the way I wanted it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And that's the difference between other people.
Yeah. I've noticed that like a lot of people have like 10 or 11 like test blend before they come up with what they want.
Right.
So the fact that you and Ish got that connection where Ish could just do something, you like, oh no, this the one. Is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The first try, he hit it, and it was awesome the way he hit it, the way I wanted it.
And very rare, very rare. Kim, bro, I'm sure go make some videos as soon as he gets his cigars. Of course, that's what he does.
Yeah, and that's the thing is just trying to help other people out. The unfortunate, and it's like a military thing, motto is, and you guys know it too, is we uphold against foreign and domestic, okay? But we also fight for the ones who cannot fight for themselves.
Right.
And that's where we give back and help, like the Toys for Tots. You go to your first responders. You help everybody else out. You help the homeless out. Be kind and genuine.
Absolutely.
Don't be fake. Just be truthful. And if you can't do something, then say you can't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
It takes too much energy to be fake.
Right. Absolutely.
You might say that, but there's a lot of people who do that. And but it's sometimes you don't think that you're doing it. A lot of people wear different masks, and you get caught up on which one what you're supposed to wear.
Yeah. See, I just can't do nothing but be me the best way I know I can. I don't like. I might tailor like how I say something depending on who I'm talking to. Other than that, you know, I just feel like it's too much energy to put a mask on or try to be this person, that person, all that type of stuff. I be me, but sometimes censored.
Yeah, well, you know what? More power to you and to whoever can do that. I unfortunately had to learn the hard way. I had to a tough road was growing up and going through all this. If you would have talked to me about 5 years ago, I was a totally different person.
By the way, your speech pattern is right now, I almost feel like you was somebody different when you was younger. Because it's like your speech pattern is more careful, more thought out. Like, you know, like I don't want to just fly off the hook or just say some random shit. I want to take it in, think about what I want to say, and then say it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I want to be, well, plus I'm representing, I'm like being in the military, you're an ambassador. Like being in the country, you're an ambassador of the United States. Whenever you go on foreign soil, you got to be not that idiot or that bad person, or just you can't be yourself. You're representing the American people.
Right.
So if somebody sees this, I want people to go, you know what? I can relate. I like what they're putting out, and that's what I want.
Well, don't give me no microphone then. You already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but everybody be the right way when it's definitely necessary.
Oh,
But
yeah.
again, I wasn't like this. I was a total opposite. The thug life, the being in prison, all the different stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody? Y'all got anything else?
That's it for me.
That's it for
I'm
me.
here for a short time. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Me too.
I just call you part-time.
Well, Scott, it's been, like I said, it's been fun, man. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy it. You know, we're gonna be in somebody live when we're done with this. We can let our hair down and be unprofessional. But while we're on this show, we shall remain professional. All right. Remember, y'all, check out the compassrose.me. I'm your local hero. Reminding you, blow your smoke like a goddamn gentleman. We out, y'all.